Just gonna sit here and watch Hex burn, and that's alright because I love the yield I earn. Just gonna let all my T-shares mine, and that's alright because I hold 5555. I hold 5555.
I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. Just bought Hex in the same night. Let it burn twice. T-share price never goes down. Always upright. 555, 5 nights. It's like I'm in flight. High off of Hex, rich off the rate. It's like I'm earning back all the time that I spent in case in the rat race. And right before I'm about to drown, that's when riches save me. It's freaking crazy, and I love it. Hey, no one's gonna believe in you. That's okay, don't trip. You'll get the last laugh when the rocket takes off and it fades. And when it's good, then it's going great. I'm Superman with the wind in his back. She's low as lane, sometimes it's down and it's awful. Don't be so ashamed, it snaps back all time highs. Here we go again, I made plans on it, and I'ma take it all the way. Just know you came to the right place.
Just gonna sit here and watch Hex burn, and that's alright because I love the yield I earn. Just gonna let all my T-shares mine, and that's alright because I hold 5555. I hold 5555. I hold 5555.
Oh yes, warm welcome to Crypto 7, your bull market channel. Well, congratulations everyone. We made it. We've made it to the big week, the big year, the final year of the bull market, the big week when Trump gets in. Finally, we've got somebody at the helm of the United States. And finally, we can start to see the kind of price action in crypto that we saw the last time Trump got in. The last time Trump got in 2017, Bitcoin never went any lower, and it went from something like $200 to $20,000. It was crazy stuff, guys. And I've no doubt that history will repeat, or in fact be more than that, because we can see the level of support. I've got a really good stream lined up for you guys, as I'm sure you'd expect on such an important day. A key thing I'm going to be talking about is how it doesn't matter whether you absolutely hate the presidential coins, as I'll call them, or you absolutely love them. I think that the Melania coin is the best thing that could have possibly happened to crypto. And so that's something, a bit of a unique angle from Crypto 7 there, because I'm sure most streamers will either say, hey, the presidential coins are great, or they're terrible, they jeopardize the purity of crypto space and all this sort of stuff. So I'm actually going to say that the Melania coin is the coin that is going to make us all rich, and it's the Melania coin. So whether you're all about the meme coins or you hate meme coins and hate what Donald Trump's doing, I think the Melania coin has saved us. So that's what we're going to talk about in this stream, plus everything else. I think that the Richard Hart ecosystem's green. Yes. Let's take a look at. Let's not take a look at that now. Let's first of all address the elephant in the room. I want to sincerely and unreservedly apologize to your friend Somi that he's been offended by something I said about at least a week ago in the context of someone else I was talking about, and I certainly didn't mean any offense by it. And I can see that I have to be careful what I say, because then the haters, and there's a lot of people in pain, at the moment, will take something I say and sort of use it against him or someone else. And I get that. And I haven't always been sufficiently careful with my words with Somi. And I want to hold my hand up to that, because some of that is true. Some of the things that have been said, or even that my friend Somi has said, are untrue, and I'll show you a clip which sort of like reinforces that in a moment, just of what I was saying yesterday about him. But nonetheless, I think an apology is warranted, and I'm the kind of guy that when I think I've done something wrong, I'm happy to hold my hand up and say thanks very much for the super chat, Chris Bacon. That's really appreciated at this time. I'm happy to hold my hand up and say, listen, I've messed up. And I think sorry is a really powerful word. I think no's a powerful word, and yes, but sorry is a powerful word. And I have made some mistakes. I think some of it goes all the way back to when I was a guy that was pushing this campaign that Somi was an AI just because he was superhuman in terms of his capability. And also, I seemed to observe that he was streaming at the same time as tweeting. And I thought, well, you can't really do that, you know? Well, I say streaming, it was video anyway. But perhaps that wasn't me being a friend to him, because what I should have done was leave the guy alone to produce his content the way he wanted to produce it and not sort of flush him out. And so I started all that, you know, Somi's an AI. Me and Tangent were sort of like having fun with that. And it wasn't meant seriously, but in the end, I think perhaps he was forced to turn his camera on. And some people might say that I did a service to the community by encouraging him to turn his camera on. Some might say that I had a role in that. But I think I should say that that was wrong of me, because a friend should have let him do what he wanted to do. And there's lots of reasons why you don't want to have the camera on in this space, particularly through a bear market and what we've been through in Hex and Pulsechain. So I think it may have started there, that I've sort of like, I was out of order really pushing that. And of course I was wrong. I didn't think he was an AI, but I thought it was a huge team of people. And I think it all started there, but I've never done myself any favors as a streamer in terms of the whole sort of like political nuance of getting on with other streamers or other influencers and things. If I like someone, I like them. If I don't, I don't. If my spider senses go off with someone, then they go off with someone. So I was the first person to call out Jake Sharp, and I think most people would agree that was a great call, although 5% of people will be angry that I've just said that about Jake Sharp. I called out Jack Levy again. You know, I had Jack Levy famously said the reason that the Hex and Pulsechain community don't like Jake Sharp is because of Crypto 7. You know, again, 5% of people out there will say, oh, that makes me a bad person, and 95% will say that makes me a good person. So I'm a Marmite character. I called out the Joker. I said, you know your comic book stuff. I mean, he's hiding in plain sight. The guy's a psychopath, you know. I mean, that's what the Joker is. And these aren't the sorts of things you'll see the more politically say. By the way, I made the mistake again of taking a little look at X on my phone, and that's when I thought everything was blowing up about something I said in relationship to Somi at least a week ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. And it was in the context of some of my comments around Decentralize Me, and no doubt Decentralize Me sort of made some comment to Somi about it or whatever, because as I say, it was old news. I mean, I thought Somi and I had a real bromance going, because I every day say nice things about Somi. Once a week at least he says something nice about me. I thought it was a love-in, you know. I thought maybe we were gonna have to get a room or something, but no, it turns out I've upset him, and I didn't mean to. You see, because if I upset someone like Jake Sharp or Jack Sharp or Jake, by the way, I've hardly slept, because I made the mistake of looking at my phone. And then, of course, it's in my mind, you know, oh my goodness, I've upset Somi, you know. I don't want to upset Somi because I like him. And so I don't lose any sleep over upsetting Jake Sharp. I don't lose any sleep over upsetting Jack Levy. I don't lose any sleep over upsetting the Joker. I don't lose any sleep over upsetting a couple of the people that have come into the community recently who are on a real charm offensive and who are hiding behind avatars. That full anonymity stuff, but you know they're obviously on a full charm offensive because they've got things they want to sell to us, and you know, and I think, you know, one of the guys is already starting to sell things to us, and so this was caused because I tried to watch all of Somi's content. I mean, he does a lot of videos, but I tried to watch them all because, you know, he's a great guy, and he spent 15 minutes. Talking about Decentralize Me's campaign to get people to send him money to hire a PR agency. And I came to the wrong conclusion that Somi was saying that for 15 minutes because Decentralize Me must have paid him. And I shouldn't make these assumptions. And also, it's a bit of paranoia from me. I mean, why make that assumption? And it was a mistake, and I want to apologize to Somi now publicly. It was a mistake to say that. And yeah, so that's the background. But as I say, it was some time ago, a couple of weeks ago, and I must have shilled Somi 2 or 3 times a day since then. So I didn't think anything of it. Also, it was part of a bigger conversation. And yeah, that's it. What prompted all this was when I successfully launched 7G, some people started to make false claims I'd sold 7G, which I haven't. I haven't even got any 7G, and that's that. And I understand, you kind of like when you put yourself out there, you've got to accept that you're going to get these sorts of things. And so I sort of like I toughed out, but I was a bit hurt, a bit offended. But then when this Alti thing collapsed, the haters managed to find that I had once reposted somebody's referral link. And, Corey Geary will have my back on this because he was one of the guys who freely promoted 7G. So I saw that he was doing the influencer thing, and I'm sure he will verify this. I didn't want to mention it was him before, but I think he had a referral link on his YouTube, and I hit the referral link on his YouTube, and it posts up as if it's like, as if I'm sort of like fully promoting. I'm one of the promoters of Alti. So when Alti collapsed, Hexologist said, "Hey, look at this. Look, all the influencers will be deleting their posts about Alti." And I said, without even remembering that I'd reposted this once from Corey, I said, "Oh, I never promoted it." And then the whole of the internet, all of crypto, Twitter, Hex, and Pulsechain was just full of reposts of me having once posted a reposted a referral link of someone. And it was crazy. You'd have thought, if looking at crypto Twitter, you'd have thought that I launched the thing. You'd have thought I'd have the founder, I mean, alone, I didn't even have a referral link. So then I'm starting to get a bit like, this is crazy. What's going on here? And then I think on the same day as that was happening, I saw somebody promoting Decentralize Me, it was fundraise, and I think I reacted badly to that, and wrongly, as I say. I apologize unreservedly. It's not to excuse my behavior, but it's to explain it. It's just, it is what it is. But some of the things that Somi has been saying about why I have been, as he calls it, lying about him, are just off the mark. I just said that they're just not right. I mean, he's sort of saying that I'm trying to get engagement. Well, if I was trying to get engagement, I wouldn't be behaving the way I am. I wouldn't. It doesn't. I don't think anyone subscribed to my channel because of whether I'm supportive of Somi or not supportive. And on X, I mean, I hate X. I'm not going on X anymore. It's of no interest to me. I've got far more subscribers than I have followers on X. So there he's not right, but it is what it is. And as I say, I want to show a little clip which sort of sums up my approach as a streamer and my approach to other streamers and things, which I think shows that, I'm not trying to engagement farm or grow my channel by being unintentionally offensive to Somi or whatever. But anyway, let's show this now, because I think this speaks volumes. It took me about 20 minutes to find this because I streamed for ages yesterday, but I have found it. Let's listen to it now. This was yesterday. Johnny One says, "Are Saint Wolf and Crypto 7 currently the two largest YouTubers covering Pulsechain?" Now you've got Crypto Coffee, he's much bigger and gets more views than me. You've got Sawme, he's bigger and gets more views than me. Saint Wolf gets more views than me now. Very good channel. He's just a natural. I've always been up in the top 3 or 4, always about in the top 3 or 4. Latterly, I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, we said we're going to be honest in this stream. I'm not the best looking streamer, am I? And to be honest with you, I would be sick of the sound of my voice if I've been saying to people to invest in Richard Hart core coins for 3.5 years and we're still not going up. That's why I think it's make or break, I don't blame people not wanting to listen to me for more than 3.5 years saying the same thing. That's why it's great when you get fresh blood like Saint Wolf and things. But we've always been one of the biggest in terms of views and engagement, and you can see that we've got 434 people watching now. But there are better channels. Better channels. Don't watch me. There are better channels. There you go. I mean, there you go. You get the thing that says it all, really. The kind of person I am and the kind of approach I am. I don't get everything right, but I'm not you know, I'm not here to put other channels down. And as you saw just yesterday, I was bigging up Somi and bigging up other channels, whether new channels, existing channels, Crypto Coffee, Somi, Saint Wolf. You know, I mean, yes, I could easily reply to that. Yes, I am the best. I am the biggest. Yeah, me and Saint Wolf. No, I corrected the person, didn't I, straight away? So Kyle says, don't be too hard on yourself, mate. Thanks. Yeah, and I mean, 100 people watching. Thanks very much. Please deploy the like on entry. Let's get on with the content. But I wanted to start with a heartfelt apology to Somi. If I don't think someone deserves an apology, they ain't getting an apology. I'm fearless. I'm crazy. You know, I'm unpredictable. People don't want to mess with me. But I didn't mean to upset Somi. I think he does a fantastic job. I think he's overworked, and I think he must be getting some hate. And some of that hate has been linked to something I foolishly said or shouldn't have said the way it came out. And as I heard somebody say in the comments, the problem, it's easy to say something wrong when you talk for an hour a day, and that's true. When you talk live for an hour a day, it's easy to say something you don't mean to say, particularly if you're not sleeping much. But yeah, he's superhuman, but he must be tired now, and he must be overworked. And I don't want to sort of, you know, but maybe he's reacted more to some hate he's had. I mean, you should see the stuff. You should see the stuff I'm getting, guys. You know, I've had threats of violence against my family. I've had absolutely everything, you know, and you've got to be tough-skinned in this game, and Somi is. So I don't know. I'm as I say, I'm bitterly disappointed that I've offended him. You know, I couldn't care less about. Look, if I have 2 million people watching me or 20 people watching me, I'll keep doing this to Monaco. I'll keep doing this to the end of the year, and I'll keep sharing my journey with you, and I'll keep promoting 7G. Another shame thing, I didn't need to look, but I was sure it would be the case because I've been completely rubbished on crypto Twitter now. So I checked the prices of 7G, and of course it's completely dumped to all-time lows. And because people look at this and go, "Oh, you know, no, I think I'm getting out of this coin." Yeah. So that's, you know, that's stupid of me because I've caused investor harm there, I suppose, by, you know, not like sort of like, I don't know, you know, I could have done a better job for people, and so I feel guilt about that. And hopefully, as things pick up, right, let's switch the tempo now. As things pick up. So there you go, Somi. Somi wanted a public apology. You've got it, sir, and that's it. And you know, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to go on X anymore now. I think it doesn't suit me, and it's just where all the negativity is. And you know, I've saying to people that I'm going to focus on YouTube, and one of the haters said, "Oh, YouTube's not where it's at anymore. All the young people are going on to Instagram and TikTok." And yeah, that's true. That's true. But the guys my age and nearly my age, they're going on to YouTube for their investment decisions. This is the cycle where TradFi and Wall Street are coming into crypto, and they're not going to go on TikTok or Instagram or X. They're going to go onto YouTube to find out what's going on. And that's why guys like Ivan on Tech, who got a huge presence on YouTube, get so much money. Why he was able to raise $50 million for Morales, it's because of his YouTube presence, and there's great value. So yes, there's a lot of young people starting out in life economically, financially, who are on these platforms. But I still think for this cycle, YouTube is still going to be the daddy. And I think that when people are looking to drop $100,000 plus into a crypto, I think they're going to go onto YouTube and search hex price predictions and things like that. So I'll focus on that. And it'll be an interesting social experiment, I suppose. But full respect to Somi. Now, he's had public apology. We've been going for 20 minutes. Let's get on with it. Let's go. So it's fantastic thanks everyone. I'm sure there's lots of nice comments in the chat. And wow, look at this. 24 hours. It was funny. Somebody yesterday said, Monday's going to be a nothing burger. I couldn't help but laugh. I don't like to laugh at people. I said, but dude, that's not going to age well. This was yesterday. Somebody said, Monday and Tuesday are going to be nothing burgers. I said, the only thing we can be sure of is that there's going to be a lot of volatility, whether it's to the upside or to the downside on Monday. And in fact, we got both because we dumped yesterday when Melania coin was launched, and we're going to talk about that. and then of course when I woke up this morning, we're really high up, so we're almost at 4 zeros and a 5 again right this second. 4 zeros, 494, up 4.77% today for Pulsechain, up 6.5% for Plsx, up 7%, and we love the sevens on Crypto 7. Please deploy the like on entry for incentive token, and up 5% basically for Hex. Well, great. That's nice to see. And if we zoom out to the 7-day, because it's always a good idea to zoom out to the 7-day, we're nice and green on the 7-day as well. So fantastic. Everything to play for. As I've said before, so long as the Richard Hart core coins don't go to all-time lows, which point, if they went below all-time lows, then the support that's there would turn into resistance, and it would be, as I say, like trying to chisel through a concrete ceiling with a teaspoon, getting cement dust on your face. And nobody likes that. So, so long as we stayed above the all-time lows, being that there is this mitigating circumstances, and now with the Trump coins and the presidential coins and things. So here's some positive. We're 20 minutes in. We've done an apology. We've done our apology. We've done our update on the Richard Hart ecosystem. I think Richard Hart hasn't tweeted yet, so we're watching for that. He hasn't tweeted yet. Let's now take a little look at the crypto market, and let's go there. Yeah, I literally got about 2 hours sleep last night because I was upset that I'd upset somebody who I respect. So if I didn't give a hoot, I'd been like, oh yeah, great, I've upset him. Some faceless person hiding behind a Richard Hart avatar. If I upset that person, I don't care. I couldn't care less. But I couldn't care less if I upset some new person to the ecosystem who doesn't understand the hex staking, it turns out. But those two individuals. But I didn't want to upset Somi. He's a legend. I mean, he is the surrogate Richard Hart at the moment. Because he's the second most important person in Hex and Pulsechain behind Richard Hart, and Richard Hart is AWOL. So either way, as I've said before, I'm completely on board and behind Richard Hart, low profiling during all this saga. But now that Trump's back, and it doesn't mean today, but within the next few weeks, I'd expect Richard Hart to break cover. Like I say, I've had long conversations with my brother, who's a famous criminal barrister, and he says he has to break cover now. Those lawyers will be insisting on it. So he's either going to lose the lawyers or break cover. And that's the legal opinion on that. So, and my opinion is he has to break cover. He doesn't have to do it today. He doesn't have to do it tomorrow. But he has to come out of the shadows now. And nobody wants to live their life in the shadows. A lot of people who have to live their life in the shadows who will actually just step forward and, even though they think they're going to do a prison term, and there's no reason why Richard should do a prison term, so it's a bad comparison, and I'm tired and I've only had 2 hours sleep, so I'll be careful what I say. I've got to be careful what I say because, there's a saying, guys, that your friends watch you and your enemies watch you closer. Your enemies watch you closer than anyone else. And you think about that. It's a really clever thing to keep in mind. And you watch how interested the people that don't like you are in what you do, what car you drive, who you're dating, everything about you. They want to know the lot. And it's because that you're on their mind, and you're on their mind because they obsess over you, but not in a good way. And so the people that hate you watch you the closest. So it's absolutely bizarre. These people must be sitting through my hour-long streams, waiting for me to say something that they can then go, hey, Crypto 7 was saying this about you. And then they got their hater cabal, they've got another alliance, and well, we can hate Crypto 7 together now, can't we? But as I say, I mean, I thought we had a bromance going. I speak highly of Somi 2-3 times a day, every day. Certainly in the last few months, since his focus has been on the core coins, which I like, and stepping back a bit from the memes. I just think he's great. I don't agree with everything. I mean, I noticed he doesn't like He doesn't like watch nerds. He's not a watch fan, you know. And I'm a watch geek, you know. That's all right. More Rolex Submariners for me. But yeah, Sommy was talking the other day about how he doesn't like. You think he was being quite derogatory about guys that like watches. I love watches, but I mean, you know, that's okay. That's all right, you know. And we don't have to agree on everything. I don't agree on everything with him, but I agree on 95%, and he's just a fantastic guy. So anyway, I'm doing that waffling again, aren't I? Someone like that Toby Wanker guy will be going, Toby Wan or whatever his name is. He'll be saying, "Oh, Crypto 7, he just said that you're a jerk because you don't like watches." And we'll be all off again, but this time I'm not on X. I won't be seeing the hate. Bitcoin is at 107,900. I had to rub my eyes this morning when I woke up to that, because guess what? Bitcoin did dip under 100K very, very briefly last night. Crypto 7 predicted that we would never go below 100K again. And basically we didn't, because don't count it unless it closes a day below 100 and all that sort of good stuff. So I'm not counting it, guys. It looks like Bitcoin has now decided that it doesn't belong below 100K. And so the retrace was from 100 and where were we yesterday? 105, 106? I can't remember. We weren't at 108. I think we were at 106 and we went down to 99. But then the market said, no. You know, we've got the SBR coming. We've got Donald Trump coming. We've got 6 United States putting crypto on their balance sheets. We've got Russia racing to put Bitcoin on the strategic reserve. We've got all these good things, David Sachs and you know, all these people who I can't remember because I'm tired. So anyway, better still, Bitcoin was actually in price discovery a couple of hours ago. I think it was at 109K. It's not been 109K before. I heard a big channel say there is a case for the bull market being over, and that case disappears once Bitcoin goes back into price discovery. Well, it went back into price discovery. I was listening to Ivan this morning, and I just don't agree that these things that we're seeing now are top signals, because like I said yesterday, he's saying these things feel like top signals. We may not have very long. We may top in the end of Q1 or something. I don't see it, because when I look at the fear and greed index, guys, let's open it up so you can all see it. This is why you subscribe to Crypto 7. The fear and greed index is in neutral, for goodness sake. Look, you can see it where my cursor is, yeah, or where my cursor will be again in a second. It's just double checking. See, so we're not in euphoria. We're not even in thrill. So we're in neutral. I don't think that meme coins are top signals in this cycle. Otherwise, we'd have topped when Hawk Tua launched one, or we'd have topped when the Island Boys launched one, or we'd have topped, you know, I don't know. So I don't see that. I think that we've got at least 6 months, which is plenty of time. I don't know. I don't care really. I mean, if you're subscribed to Crypto 7 and you're uncomfortably invested now, we don't need more than 6 months. So I think we're sitting pretty. And we say, you know, we get these 2 or 3 months of fantastic green candles in crypto, and that's what takes us from neutral to extreme greed. And then we have to reset, which takes 2 or 3 weeks, get back to neutral, and then you go again. So it's this sort of like seesaw of the fear and greed, where once we're in extreme greed, and it's the journey from neutral to extreme greed which causes a price action. So also, Bitcoin went to price discovery a few hours ago. Okay, now the crypto cycle doesn't end when Bitcoin tops. It ends normally 21 days after Bitcoin tops. So even if we said that today was the top and it's never going to 109K again, then we still got a few weeks even on that basis. But I just don't see it. It's all PTSD. Gosh, I'm tired. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. It's all the obsession with not round tripping our bags. But I think we got plenty of time. And let me now talk about. Let's take a look a little bit more at the prices, and then we're going to do the business about why. And I think people are going to really like this. Why Melania. I mean, what's not to like about Melania? All the big channels keep butchering her name. It's Melania. It's not difficult. Melania. I mean, anyway, so Ethereum's up 5.6% today, guys. You know, that's good. XRP's up 6.45. I went to bed. It was a bloodbath. Chainlink's up 12%. Just looking at some price action here. Yeah, those are the standouts. Let's hook up with the chat a little, and then let's tell you why I am so happy that Melania launched a coin. How's that, guys? Please deploy the like on entry. We've got 100 people watching. We're stuck on 100. We're stuck on 100. Complex Simon, Darren, check my pulse. You were the podium, guys. Well done. Paul Crosby says, I'll let you be first. Complex Simon says, thank you. Love it. Paul Crosby says, 7, I heard you've been upsetting someone. Well, unfortunately, I didn't. Not intentional. Academaciated, check my pulse. Says, big things this week. Let's go. Congrats to everyone here. That's right. Fantastic sentiment from Check My Pulse. Says, we all deserve glory. Absolutely. Big fat green candles. Blessing to everyone. Thank you. That's a fantastic comment of the day from Check My Pulse. You're up in lights, friend. One of the things that the presidential coins, as I call them, has shown us is just how fast cryptos go up when they want to go up. It's also shown that there's no need for marketing as such. You only need the green candles which prompt the greed. I mean, the reality is that people were selling their altcoins, whatever it was, their meme coins, their altcoins, to get into a coin. They didn't know if the developers were going to rug it. They didn't know if there was some sort of backdoor the developers had put in, if it was going to be a Hock Tour type situation. They didn't know anything about it, but they were selling, the Solana memes got absolutely butchered yesterday because it's so easy to just flip from a Solana meme that you happen to hold into the Trump coin, or now the Melania coin. So basically, most of the Solana memes went down 80-90%. Also, as Somi says, there's very little sort of like stickiness and loyalty in Solana. It's all about the pump and dumps. It's all about that sort of thing. It's very degen. If we think we're degen on Pulsechain, it's nothing compared to the degenness, if that's a word, and it almost certainly isn't on Solana. So Solana, ironically, we think, oh wow, Solana's gone up and this must be good for the Solana meme coins, but they've been absolutely raped. So that's interesting, I suppose, as a rival ecosystem. Yeah, thanks very much, Check My Pulse. Elbow, the legend. Well, you got guys like Elbow and Check My Pulse. We're good. I don't need to go on X when I got guys like Elbow and Check My Pulse behind me. Crypto Greedy says 7 the living legend. I'm not going to disagree with that. Smash the likes. Thank you, Crypto Greedy. Pete Murray, Kyle, Crypto Mike. Chris Bacon says, couple of dollars towards a new shaver. Keep it up 7. I think it's about time I shaved, isn't it? I think it's about time I shaved. I was going to say this morning, before I check the prices, I'm going to say when Bitcoin goes to price discovery, I should shave. And it's done now. I think it's time to shave, isn't it? David P says, hey, 7. You don't need to be good looking in order to win. Go 7 and the whole Pulsechain community. Comment of the day. Yeah, and just as well, you don't need to be good looking to win. Because I'd be in trouble. Chris Bacon says 7 has been receiving too much hate on X. Enough is enough. Let's be positive and move forward. Well, I think because I did an apology on X and the response was good to that. But also the reality is that whilst Somi and I are kind of similar on YouTube, he's got a lot more subscribers than me, but view numbers and things, engagement, we're quite similar. But on X, he completely shadows me. I think he's got like 50,000 followers, something like that. I've got like 7,000 followers. So, and he is, as I say, the surrogate Richard Hart in Richard's absence. And so if Somi says I've been lying about him and, and all this sort of thing and his friendship revoked, then I'm kind of doomed on there, aren't I? But as you say, thank you, Chris. Chris, you're up in lights. He says 7 has been receiving too much hate. I sure think I have been receiving a lot of hate. And as I say, the old teeth thing, needled me. It triggered me a bit because I thought, well, hang on a minute. I know most of the American Hex and Pulsechain streamers had an ulti link and were promoting it on their channel, and I didn't do any of that. All I did was, and I shouldn't have done, but my crime was just to repost somebody's referral. And then on X, it's just nothing but hate towards me and 7G and the fact I was shilling ulti, which I wasn't shilling ulti. I just foolishly reposted somebody's referral link. But yeah, I mean, you know, I mean, Somi says you're stirring up hate towards me. Well, obviously, not unintentionally, as I've explained, and I've apologized, but obviously now with what Somi, in fact, he referred to me in 2 streams yesterday, at least 2, because I don't know if I watched them all, but at least 2 he's talked about me, and and so of course I'm going to be completely, I don't know, I'm going to be the black sheep on crypto Twitter X now. Crypto Twitter X. Hex and Pulsechain crypto Twitter. Crypto Story says, nice one, 7. But it'll be an interesting experiment because I still think people say they really value my content. People say I keep it real and I give a human approach and things. And so I will just do my thing on YouTube. And it'll be an interesting social experiment. Inevitably, I will get people, because I do think there's a lot of people are farming, if you like, the same community on crypto Twitter. It's the same community, whether they're launching coins or projects and selling to the same community. Whereas we have a different community here on Crypto 7, and it'll be even more so because I'm not going on crypto Twitter anymore. So when these guys are launching meme coins, they are solely pushing it to the same people on crypto Twitter. Whereas I promoted 7G and the pre-sale on YouTube, and it did very well. And we raised all the money that we intended, which means we've got the money for the show jumping, and we had the money to put good lick in. We put great lick in. Top 1% as independently verified by Fast Abdul. And it did really well, of course, 7G 12X on launch. It was above the pre-sale until, I got completely tarred and feathered on X, but it's all good. It doesn't matter. As I say, if people want to hate on me on X, go ahead, because I'm not going to be watching it or reading it. So if people enjoy the channel, then please repost on X, but it'll be interesting to see. I would imagine that my channel will be hurt badly from this, and then presumably rise up from the ashes and find its own market. I won't be competing with Crypto Coffee or Hexologist or anyone else, over subscribers and things, because I'm out on YouTube doing my own thing, independently thinking a little bit, perhaps some would say. It is what it is anyway. But yeah, I don't want to sort of make too much of it, but obviously if me foolishly saying something about how I thought that maybe Decentralized Me had paid him to be able to promote his fundraise so heavily, then imagine the kind of hate I'm getting now after Somi specifically did streams talking about me. And as I say, I was talking about a load of other channels. I was talking about how a load of channels have found different ways of raising money, and I foolishly said that. Anyway, we're repeating ourselves. Okay. Yeah, no, I won't block you. Feel My Pulse says PLS will rise when 7 capitulates, in my honest opinion. People tell me if you think that's a troll comment or trying to be funny, or I think it's a troll comment and I want to block the person, but Feel My Pulse. I'm going to go with, like we did yesterday, I'll go with the opinion on that. If people, so please put in the comments, feel my pulse. Should we block him or not block him? Paul Crosby. No, I like Somi. As I say, I like Somi. I'm not going to. I didn't mean to offend him and things. And no, Paul, I'm not going to go there. But thanks for the support, dude. Kyle, we got yeah, what's what we were going to talk about now? This is the alpha now, and I've definitely been prattling on too much about. It's one of the things that somebody says is that and he said this many times. He says that my streams are too long and that I waffle and that sort of thing. And It's just my way. It's just the way I am. He does a lot of videos, you know. Some might say too many, but I mean, it's just how I am, and I'm not going to change being the person I am. I'm going to stay being me, and that's just who I am. I don't have the energy to do 3 or 4 videos a day, but I can do 1 hour-long video, and that's it, you know. Anyway, right, let's get to it. So whether you think that the presidential coins are the worst thing ever to happen to crypto, they threaten and undermine the very foundations of the crypto sector, or whether you think, oh, these are blooming great, I love meme coins, and I've got a chance here to make a quick and dirty 10x on the Trump coin, on the Melania coin, I think that the Melania coin is the best thing that could have possibly happened to the crypto space. And this is why. The Trump coin raised an absolutely astronomical amount of money, something like $13-14 billion within 24 hours. And it went up to, I think, 12th biggest crypto. I mean, you got Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, Ethereum, you know, and then in 12th spot was, in one day, was the Trump coin. There was talk at this point that it could just keep going and that it would become some sort of like store of value, some sort of like quasi, you know, strategic reserve or something, you know. But the fact that within just 24 hours, they followed up, they launched the Trump coin on the Saturday, the Melania coin launched on the Sunday, and that launching the Melania coin killed the Trump coin. And of course, as soon as the Melania coin launched, people sold the Trump coin to get into the Melania coin. So if you were getting a little bit worried about just how big the Trump coin was getting, Melania saved you, because Melania stopped Trump going up anymore. In fact, funnily enough, I called it within about 30 minutes. I called the top on the Trump coin. I noticed that it was plateauing. It was leveling out, and I looked at the market cap, and I worked out that to do just another, it was easy math, to do one more 2x, it would need another injection of $13 billion, which is a lot of money. $13,000 million. And just to do another 2x. So I thought, that's it. We knew that there were lots of people with hundreds of millions of dollars in it, just waiting to be allowed to unlock. I think some of these early investors were on some sort of like vesting schedule, some sort of like token release schedule. They weren't allowed to sell immediately, but we knew it wasn't long before they were going to be allowed to sell. And I just ran the numbers, as I say, $13 billion is a lot just to get another 2x. Yeah, it would have been easier to pump pretty much any coin. So I thought that's it with that. The Trump coin doesn't do anything. It's just a buy, hold, sell coin. And I thought he's only done one tweet. So I called that right, guys. If anyone had invested in the Trump coin and saw that tweet, the last tweet from Crypto 7 was to call the top on the Trump coin. Got it. So Melania has saved us from the Trump coin, basically. Now, by Melania launching, it has massively diluted the whole presidential coin concept, because now you've got 2 coins. Now we know that Trump didn't intend to continue to promote it and to allow it to grow and things. And it was just a cash grab. And the Melania coin dilutes the Trump coin massively. I could see today or tomorrow, in fact, funny, I even said this, but I was thinking it yesterday. I could see Barron launching a coin today now. If he does, again, that would be great, because it will further dilute. And you had heard me say at the beginning of the stream that I think the Melania coin is fantastic if you are all about the meme coins and really hoping to get a quick and dirty 10x, or if you can't stand them. And let's go to why it's a good thing. Because if you missed the Trump coin, you had an opportunity to try and get a 10x in the Melania coin by quickly buying the Melania coin. And now I think that probably we'll have a Barron coin this week. And if we do, so the thing to do would be, presumably he's on X, I don't know, is to just keep refreshing his X page like a masturbating monkey until you get a post about how there's a Barron coin. But each of these presidential or Trump coins, because they're all Trumps, aren't they? And there may be an Eric Trump coin next. Each time you get one of these, you're just diluting it. And in the end, it just starts to become exactly like all the other meme coins, because it's just dilution, and playing the same game. So if you felt threatened by the Trump coin, then the best thing that could have happened was Melania to launch. And they say the female is more lethal than the male. Well, it's certainly the case, because the Melania coin means that Trump coin won't go any higher. Although I called it yesterday, and I'm saying, somebody said, "Oh, it's too early to call this." Blah blah blah. I don't think the Trump coin will ever go as high. There's a lot of people who've made a lot of money in it, and they want that money out now. Particularly as he's launched the Melania coin 24 hours later. I think probably there'll be a Baron coin and an Eric coin this week. So every time there's a coin like that, it just dilutes it. I've heard a lot of people staying on this a little bit longer. I've heard a lot of people saying that, I'm just going to have a quick drink of water. Please deploy the like on entry. Please tap the bell. Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avengers says, hey, good to see you, man. I'll just put you up in lights. I don't think I've seen you before. Good name. I've heard a lot of people now saying, "Oh, well, okay, then this means anyone's allowed to launch a meme coin," almost like it's sort of encouraged just because the president who's got presidential immunity, remember, has launched one. It means that we can all launch one and every famous person can launch one. No, there are still responsibilities. Just as I was careful to make sure that, the contract that I used on 7G had been audited, and that we took great pains to make sure that nothing went wrong. There are responsibilities on the founder to make sure that it's not a rug and thing. So, for instance, just because the president launched a coin doesn't mean that a celebrity can launch something with no due diligence, not looking into the project team that approached them to put their name to it. Didn't take a look into the fact that it was going to be a scam. Didn't verify the people, all that sort of thing. You're still going to be subject to criminal prosecution if a lot of people get wrecked on your coin. If it's shown that you didn't look into it at all, and you sort of take this attitude that, oh, it's okay because, I've heard a lot of people saying that. George from Crypto was saying, I think I'll launch a coin now because if Trump can launch a coin, that means anyone's allowed to launch a coin. You won't get in trouble. Well, you'll get in trouble if you haven't taken the necessary steps to avoid things going badly wrong. As I say, developers putting in a backdoor. Just if you just sort of like irresponsibly go about promoting something that you haven't taken the necessary steps to look into, and so I think that's a mistake to think that. And as I say, of course, Trump rises and transcends the legal process as president. He can do what he likes, like Biden did, and in pardoning his son and things like that. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, let's take a look. Let's catch up with the project with the comments again. Yeah, I think the Richard Hart coins can 50 pro Shanta. I think the Richard Hart coins can 58 from here. The Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger says, "Are you promoting Ponzi schemes?" No, don't think so. David P says, yes, the whole world is David P says, yes, the whole world is a Ponzi. So it looks like somebody wanting to hate on Richard. It's quite unusual, isn't it? Normally people just want to hate on me. This guy's gone to Richard instead. Cryptomatic Kyle says, don't be too hard on yourself, mate. Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger says, well done for 100 people. Don't know if he's being sarcastic, but thank you. Moonshot Alt says, Team Somi. Yeah, Team Somi. That's cool. That's up in lights. I'm not seeing any hate, which is good. Kyle says, just call him up and have a chat. I have apologized publicly on X, and also I did do a DM to him. Moonshot Alts. Check my Pulse blue collar crypto team. Yeah. The Crypto Ponzi Scheme says, I stream for 2 to 3 each day. It's hard to get it right when you're live. 2 or 3 hours a day. Wow, yeah. I mean, there's plenty of time to slip up, isn't there? Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger says, I love YouTube. RMB, yes. Hexcoiner, don't give up on anything. You are not wrecked. That's right. Check my pulse. Says crypto users go to YouTube. Blobfish King says, good day all. Show me the money. Show me the money. That's right. That's what we say on Crypto 7. House of Balmor says 5 a.m. here in Florida. That's right. So we are on the inauguration day. Great comment. But of course, the Americans are just waking up. And, so let's see what today holds. But it was funny because somebody in the chat yesterday, and I said, I shouldn't laugh, but somebody said, Monday and Tuesday are gonna be nothing burgers. And I laughed because I said, look, I don't know whether the prices are gonna go up or down, but there's no way that Monday, Tuesday, with Donald Trump coming in, they're gonna be nothing burgers. And of course, we've had both already. So that didn't age well, dude, whoever that was. It was funny. Gonna be nothing burgers. So today we've had people coming in now. Bitcoin was 109K a couple of hours ago, which it's never been to before, which is really good. And it doesn't want to go below 100, which is even better. So this is kind of the sweet spot. If Bitcoin, as I said yesterday, can just chill above 100, I don't care if it's 110, 120, 130. That should be high enough as we trigger altcoin season now. It should be high enough. And the Richard Hart ecosystem is green. And Ethereum is very green this morning. It's up 5.6%. Oh, yeah. It's going up, boys. That's on the week. It's going up, guys. That's what she said. DJ Doogie, Manu, fantastic. These are solid guys who've been with me all the way through. 777, it's just my lucky number. When I was motorcycle racing, I usually use 7. Sort of play on the Barry Sheen, I use 7. That sort of thing. I think 3 sevens is a mystical number as well. Yeah, Angry Salad Man says, hey all, X is great for quick updates. YouTube is for deeper research and insights. That's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use my X account anymore. I'm going to set up an anonymous account where I can just keep an eye on Richard Hart, guys like Matty Olin, what people like Somi is saying, because as I've explained, any offense I caused was unintentional, and I've got nothing but respect for the guy. So I'm saying we don't agree on everything, but show me a person who I agree with on everything. There isn't anyone. Great guy. But but I'm not going to expose myself to kind of rudeness and nastiness and that I've been receiving, and then all these crazy things like memes of me and mocking images of me with reading glasses and things. It's just the guys who are doing all that sort of thing. Paul Crosby says, anyone missing Gensler? You see, that was a little worry I had until, again, Melania saved us there, because I think that, you see, what I'm saying is the more that the presidential coins are launched, the more they just become like any other meme coin. They dilute massively. So if Barron launches a coin today or tomorrow, or Eric, it's going to dilute Melania and Donald. And, then you're probably going to find that none of the presidential coins are in the top 20. Oh, I mean, it is funny, isn't it? As I say, though, it reminds you that if, for instance, Richard Hart does start priming his ecosystem, you can see that people are just going to FOMO into it like crazy, selling every crypto they can to get Hex and Pulsechain. Because that's exactly what they did after just one tweet from the president and just one retweet from the president when the First Lady, as she will be in a few hours. Shout out to the First Lady. I think she's saved crypto because by Melania launching, it's just become like any other dross stuff now. It's this is my official coin, but 24 hours later, I launch another one under my wife's name. I mean, it's like, okay, okay, you're playing that game, sort of like short-lived nonsense. Clever, but just short-lived nonsense, really. Just a scammy coin. Really, the Trump coins are shit coins, but at a higher level. So they had a ball, didn't they? And they got various rich people to say that they would buy lots of it and promise not to sell any of it for a week or two. Clever stuff. But at the end of the day, by launching more coins, and it's the greed thing, isn't it? It would have been clever to have just left it at the one coin. But by launching two, that just shoots the fox. I mean, he didn't even leave it a couple of months. He waited until it looked like the price wasn't going to go any higher. And then the instant it looked like the price wasn't going to go any higher, Crypto 7 called it, or Trump coin's not going any higher. Out comes the Melania coin. So presumably they're going to watch the Melania coin price action. And when they think that's not going any higher, they'll launch the Baron coin. And it's the best thing that could happen if they do. The best thing that can happen in the presidential coins aren't going to become like top 10 players, which would look really bad, I think. And being that there's no tokenomics, there's no functionality, there's no infrastructure behind them, there's nothing. It's just a brand, isn't it? And it's just a celebrity brand. And then yeah, so that would be great. But also, if you do need a quick and dirty 10x and you are prepared to risk everything for a quick and dirty 10x, then the best thing that can happen is these presidential coins, because you've got a chance now. You could lose all your money. You could lose all your money buying Melania coin or Baron coin when it comes out later today. But you could also get a quick and dirty 10x. And there would be liquidity for you as well. It's not like a lot of these meme coins where, okay, I saw a 10x, but if I'd actually tried to get $1 million out, I wouldn't have been able to get it out. If you put 100,000 into Baron coin, if it launches tomorrow, and it does a quick and dirty 10x, you could cash out $1 million. It's probably not even going to be seen on the price art charts. If that's a game you want to play after sitting in the trenches with Crypto 7 for 3 and a bit years, if you want to wait until the last moment before presumably Richard Hart's going to break cover and pump his ecosystem, if you want to say, no, I can't wait any longer, I'm going to sell all my Hex and Pulsechain to go all in on the Baron coin, then that's the way to go, guys. I am tired, crypto Ponzi scheme. Thanks for your comments, by the way, man. It's good to see you. Tap the bell. New people, you see? That's what I'm saying. I'll just do my YouTube thing. I don't expect to become, I don't think, I imagine, anyway, whatever. Hex Angelo says, didn't Richard Hart make a video on how to make a great apology? Yes, yeah. I remember that. Comment of the day. I probably should have referred to that because I probably would have been shorter if I'd followed Richard's video. Ellie Brown is laughing at that. It was a good comment, wasn't it, Ellie? You two are up in lanes. Pulsechain in Yorkshire says, fear and greed in a day. Yes. Yeah, what a day. Ex Angelo says you should give it a watch. Well, I've done it now. I've done my apology. Zoggy says there is no top for a long time if nation states are starting to buy now. That's right. I mean, the institutions are doing price predictions of around the $250,000 to $300,000. They're sort of signaling that's where they're going to be selling. That's where they're expecting it to go. That's where they're going to take it. You've got the sovereign states, as you say, Zoggy. You're up in lanes. Archie, yes. Big day today. Absolutely. What are the prices doing now? We're seeing the volume starting to come into the market. I do think that one of the ways, and another way we know that we're nowhere near the top is the YouTube numbers. So they will come good when they start going through the roof. Then we know we're a little bit later on in the bull market. Yeah. 107,892. No, 108.2. We're at 108.2. Fantastic. You know, I say thanks, Melania. I noticed that even though we've now got 2 Trump coins on Solana, the Solana price is. I saw somebody say how Crypto7 will be happy he sold a bit of his Solana at $290. I actually only got it at I only got 275 because it took an hour for Solana blockchain to send the Solana from cold storage to Coinbase, which time the price had gone down a bit. But obviously now I'm very happy I sold a few $1,000s worth of Solana at 275. And this is exactly what I'm saying. People were talking yesterday a lot about, Crypto7, share your profit strategies. Well, this is exactly it, you see. Crypto goes up. You don't want to sell it, but if you're in price discovery, if it owes you nothing, if you've made a 20x, 30x, then sell 5%, sell 10%. And if it keeps going up, then sell another 10% a month later. Now we're in the final year of the bull market. You can sell another 10% a month later. I think Somi says something very similar. And then one of 2 things happens. Either the crypto, you sell a bit, and either the crypto keeps going up, in which case you're very, very happy. And you've got money for sweets. Or the crypto goes down and then you're even happier. Then you feel like a trading god. So I sold Solana at 275 because Solana has so much outperformed the other big blockchains, other than Bitcoin, I suppose. Because Solana has done so well in the last week or 2, it could be months before Solana's back at $275. So I was very clever selling a little bit. I feel very clever. That's what I should say. I'm not saying I'm very clever. I'm saying I feel clever because I sold a bit. We might not see 275 for months, or we might see $300 tomorrow, in which case, great, I can sell a little bit more. Fantastic. It's a win-win, you see. But we're not quite at that point yet with Hex and Pulsechain, obviously. When you might want to start thinking about selling some Pulsechain would be when we get back to the prices we were on launch, which was 3 zeros and a 3. So I think that would be a trigger point for me to be thinking about selling 5%. Not in my case, because I've done so well in Echelon Prime and Superverse and Solana, etc., etc. So in my case, it makes no sense to start selling Hex and Pulsechain on the first 10x because there's cryptos that I can make. You see, I follow the strategy that if you want to be selling the ones that have gone up a lot in the expectation that the ones that haven't gone up will go up and that the X's are there. So the X's aren't in Solana anymore. It's done great. I can start taking profit. If we're very lucky, Solana will go to $1,000, and it's not, the X's aren't there in it. If we're very lucky, Ethereum will go to $15,000. Hex and Pulsechain, I think they're good for 50x from here. 50x from here at least. But some people are selling, which is good. I think selling really early will make you really annoyed with yourself and determined not to sell later. So I say to Hex and Pulsechain, so you sell, boy, you sell, girl. Because what that means, if you sell 20% of your bag next week when we do a 3x, you'll really wait before you sell anymore because you'll think, oh, I sold a bit early there. I could have made all these thousands if I just held on another week or 2. So it doesn't matter when people sell. The earlier they sell, the longer the bull market. Yes. Let's shout out some more people. We've got Archie S. We've got Howard84 says, good morning, Seven. Have you seen the new Pulsechain dashboard? Looks very good. It does look very good. I saw Hexologist doing a nice thing on that. Shout out to Hexologist. Monaco Saab, Crypto Boss Man. Great stream as always, Seven. Thank you very much. Gary Tennant says, I watch Crypto7 daily. Well, as I say, I don't. Thank you for watching, but I'm not going to speak ill of Somi. I don't. I think I was stupid and a bit paranoid and a bit. I should have been more careful of what I said, and I have said a few things which were clumsy in the past. So I can see why he's irritated, and it wasn't my intention. Just catching up. Den Poppins says, just catching up. Good on you for the apology, pal. Thank you very much, Den. Den Poppins, comment of the day. I haven't seen you for ages. It's good to see you, man. Don Swan, legend Don Swan. He's my buddy, Don Swan. Peter Dell, well, you're all my buddies. Peter Dell says, hey, good to see you, Peter. I'm what surprised. Peter Dell says, did a stupid thing. I bought some Melania coins. It's weird. What's the price? I don't know. I saw George from Crypto Us. He was crying about the fact his team didn't tell him about the Trump coin, and then later on the day he decided to buy some Trump coin with leverage, and he got completely liquidated instantly. He lost his money. I don't know what Melania is doing, but as I say, I think that Melania has really lowered the whole presidential meme coin thing down to a base level of very similar to every other meme coin now, because it's like, oh, okay, so it's just a quick and dirty. There's no longevity in this at all. See, a lot of meme coins, they have got some sort of traction, some sort of stickiness, and things like Peppy coin. It has got some sort of community and some sort of following. Dog with Hat, another one. But this just looks like, okay, there was just a cash grab there. One of the things that was making me a bit nervous, and another reason why I say that Melania has saved us all, is because there was an awful lot of hate. A lot of people were getting irritated by this. And there was some spicy language towards Donald Trump on X. And I thought, oh, God, don't want him to see any of that. We don't want to upset the president of the United States. So, okay, you're just playing the launch another meme coin playbook. So, okay, then it's just more meme coins, isn't it? Check my pulses. RH will show them what really insane things can happen in crypto. That's right, because then everyone FOMOs into the green candles. Great comment. And there's reasons and narratives. And okay, it's got the strongest community. Okay, Richard Hart's a billionaire founder. Okay, it's a fantastic yield providing through the staking mechanism. Okay, these things takes the pressure off Ethereum. There's narrative and tokenomics and fundamentals behind Hex and Pulsechain. Yes, Don, that's right. I think that is a good news that some of the Trump coin has been sold, and World Liberty Financial. Some people say that's got nothing to do with Donald Trump, but Eric is behind that, isn't he? So it's the same thing in my book. I think they've been buying Ethereum, so fantastic. I mean, Mog is another well-known. Peter Dell saying any thoughts on the Mog? Yeah, I could have put that in the Pepe and Dog with Hat. Mog is one of those that is probably a good solid bet if you want to scratch the meme coin itch, guys. George Taco says, good morning, Seven. Got you live. Good to see you, George. And thanks for your comments, Peter. Richard's brother says, Boomer only speaks in bum poop. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'm not actually a boomer. I'm a Gen X, but thank you for that. Now, I am going to block you because and again, probably no streamer would say this, but if you are Richard's brother, I actually find you quite annoying. And the whole, my housemate stole my keys or something bollocks. My homeless housemate. And if you're not, well, you're just going anyway. What about that other guy? Should we block him? Did we get an answer on that? So we've blocked somebody today. What did you do today, Crypto7? What did you do to make the world a better place today, Crypto7? Well, I got up and streamed after no sleep and I blocked somebody. Juki Bazuki says, this is our year. As Somi has said many times, we will win. Shout out to Somi. Dr. Sergio, Knoxville, Pulsechain Insane Gain says, proud of you, let's go. Oh, thanks very much. Comment of the day. Pulsechain Insane Gain. We're getting near to the bottom. Yeah, okay. Keith ET says block. What was his name, buddy? What was his name? Let's get him now. There you go, you see. Zero tolerance for haters. Because we're in the final year of the bull market, and if you're here, you're very lucky, and you got to go for the unpumped coins with pump potential, and that is Hex and Pulsechain. You know, is I can't find him now. Who was it? I can't remember. We'll have to let him live, I think. I can't see who it was now. Too many comments. 120 people watching. Fantastic. Good to see you too, Keithy. Thanks for having my back. Oh, good. Keithy says somebody blocked him. Good. Fantastic. Yeah, we have got the most positive and friendly chat here. You can see that. There's been virtually nothing. Keithy says, please like. There's been nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point from Pete Murray. He says, there's no problem buying presidential coins. Just don't switch core coins, use fresh money. Absolutely. And it's just a bit of fun, like going to the races and betting on horses randomly after too much alcohol. Yeah, absolutely. We all do that, don't we? And sometimes you win. The less time you think trying to study the form of the horse, the more likely you are to win. The more alcohol you have, the more likely you are to win. That's my experience anyway. Yeah, have some fun. Have some fun with that. Just don't whatever you do, sell unpumped coins with pump potential at the beginning of the parabolic bit of the bull run, because then you'll be looking for a rope and a tree, guys and girls. Thanks again for the super chat, Chris Bacon. That's really appreciated. Thanks everyone for coming. It's been a good stream, I think. We've been going for 1 hour 11. I'm absolutely foobarred. Hopefully I'll get some sleep tomorrow. Fantastic. We're all winning together. Please tap the bell on your exit. Tap all the buttons as you leave the building. And I look forward to streaming you all again tomorrow. Cheers.